Hello there, everyone. Greetings. Welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're back here with a mini series that we're doing a six-parter in. This was Ben's idea, and I came up with the bands and the music and stuff, but it was his idea to do this. So, um, anyways, he gave me the idea. And I put together these six bands that I think had a perfect start. And that's the title of this series. So, or a near perfect start. I think that's what I said, a near perfect start. So, we've done 2 episodes already. This will be the third one. This band's well deserving. I kind of think they deserve to be ahead of the last two, they don't have a masterpiece like either of those two bands had. However, all 3 albums are very strong. And to be quite honest with you, in the next 2 or 3 years, I suspect at least 2 of these, maybe even all 3 of them, will end up as masterpieces. So, anyways, the band we're talking about, of course, is the Police. So we've got Outlandish d'Amour, Regatta de Blanc, and Zenyatta Mondatta. Yeah, those are a tongue full for you to say. Anyways, I do like these albums quite a bit. Now, for me, my history with the Police is this. It started with Regatta de Blanc. I believe that was a 79 release. I got it in 1980. I loved the album right away. And then I got Zenyatta Mondatta soon after that. So I had the 2 of them. Eventually, I went forward and I got Ghost in the Machine as it came out. And then I got the Synchronicity album. But the one I never owned was the first one, this one. But this one's one of the best ones. So, yeah, it took me a while to get it. But now I have them all. Some of them I have more than once. They're just, to me, they're just superb albums. The funny part is that when I first got into them, I thought they're a good band, but I don't think they'll ever be anything major. Well, good thing people don't ask my opinions because they don't listen. Like these guys have become one of the biggest bands in history, and despite the fact that they only have 5 albums, but they're still relevant and still well known, and everybody still listens to them some 45 years after they did their stuff. There's not very many bands like that. There's a few like that who've kept themselves out there. They're one of them for sure. So the first album, Outlandish d'Amour, I actually did a video of this for my look back at a classic rock album last night. So if you want to see more on it, you can go back and look at it. This is a strong album. It's got 3 or 4 really well-known radio-friendly songs. So Lonely, Roxanne, Can't Stand Losing You. And I think there's one other one on here. Where is it? Hole in My Life, I think, is the other one. But even some of the lesser tracks, Born in the 50s, Truth Hits Everybody, Next to You, these are all good songs too. Like, this is a strong album, and its top parts it's top heavy, yes, but it's really good. The top heavy stuff is really good. This came out, I believe, in 78. It was in November of 78. Most of the stuff written by Sting with Stuart Copeland and Andy Summers doing a little bit of sprinkling of stuff in there too, but primarily written by Sting. Yeah, really good, strong album. A little bit more raw energy than maybe the other albums, but and it might be just my impression of it because it was the last one for me to get. Okay, the next album up, Regatta de Blanc. This is probably my favorite Police album. Everything on here is great. Message in the Bottle, and it has Walking on the Moon. Those are the 2 big kind of radio-friendly things, but there's a lot of strong stuff on this album. The title track itself, It's All Right For You. This is kind of a little bit of a heavier song, I think. Sorry. Okay, It's All Right For You. Bring on the night. I like this tune. It's catchy, not too heavy, and of course, like all of the Police albums, has that reggae touch to it, poppy reggae touch to it. Walking on the Moon, of course, one of the great Police tracks. On Any Other Day, this is the one song written by Stuart Copeland. Now, they did do a little bit more writing on this album, other members, Stuart being specifically, and they did on the first album. He also wrote Contact, Does Everybody Stare? I think I like his little quirky little noticed things that he notices that everybody does all the time, but we don't really comment on it because we don't think about it. But Bring On the Night and Does Everybody Stare? These are kind of songs that fit that really well. The Bed's Too Big Without You. This is a really good, catchy, deep cut as well. Yeah, I like this album the best. I think it's their best. It's well put together, strong. The top end songs, Message in the Bottle and Walking on the Moon, are among their best tunes, but they don't really have any weak tracks on here, which is why I think it's probably my favorite of their albums. I love the way they do this on every album. There's all three of them. 3 here, and then you got the same 3 here. They might be in a different sequence, but still the same thing going on. And then you get to the third album, which is Zenyatta Mondatta. Same thing. The 3 of them are on the cover as well. So the thing I like about this album, this one has more upper end songs, I think. But it does have a few songs that I don't really care much for either. So that's, at one point, I think this was probably my favorite. Don't Stand So Close to Me. Yes, that's one of their big hits. Everybody knows that one. Canary in a Coal Mine. Bombs Away. Do 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 da da da. These are all well-known Police songs. There's a couple on here. Man in a Suitcase, another really good track. Driven to Tears, another good track. Voices in My Head, I like that. Bombs Away is probably my favorite track on this album. So the kind of upper end songs like Don't Stand So Close to Me and Do 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 to Da Da Da, these are very poppy songs, maybe amongst their most poppy. This might be their most poppy album of 4. Still a really good album though. Shadows in the Rain and The Other Way of Stopping. These are two, to me, these are a little bit weaker. Not really up to what I like about the Police, but still not bad either. So this would be the third album. Did I get these in the right order? I think I did. This one released in... That's what I love about albums nowadays. They don't tell you when they were released. They just tell you when they were re-released. Okay, this one came out in October of 80. I think it's the third album. I just want to make sure because sometimes I forget these little things. Yeah, this one came out in October of 79, so about a year apart. And then the other one came out in November of 78. So they're about a year apart, each of them. Really strong, almost like this, straight up like a rocket. But all of the Police albums, if you did the top 5, they're all really good. Ghost in the Machine is a little outside of the rest, but other than that, they're all really strong albums. So for tonight, for the mini-series tonight, bands with near perfect album start or near perfect starts featuring the Police. Orlando's D'Amour, their first album. Regatta de Blanc, their second album. And Zenyatta Mondatta, their third album. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We have 3 more to go, so we're halfway through. Please hit the like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. And if you want to be notified of the series, put the notification bell on and it'll let you know. And if you have any comments about the Police or any of the bands I've done up to now or how this series is going, or if you would like to see more of this kind of stuff, please let me know in the comment section. And we will see you all next Tuesday for episode number 4. So take care and have yourself a good evening and goodbye.